it to a close here on business today. But before we go, we want, of course, to close with our story, The Next Frontier. And this week, the focus was, of course, on pulses and the fact that Kenya has recently signed an MOU with India to supply pulses, but has failed to meet the Indian market demand for pulses even 2 years after the signing of that MOU that guaranteed the supply of beans, peas, and green grams. In that MOU that was signed in the year 2015, India had given Kenya a quota of about 4 million metric tons, while Kenya has supplied just about 20% of this at about 800,000 metric tons. Well, now the East Africa Grain Council has come in to try and help narrow this gap, highlighting the benefits of pulses and market opportunities in the region and in India to try and mitigate against food insecurity in the country. Take a look.
In 2015, the Kenya grain sector was upbeat that Kenyan farmers will reap big from their beans, peas and green grams after signing of the Memorandum of Understanding between Kenya and India. On the MOU, India had given Kenya a quota to supply 4 million metric tons of pulses, but 2 years down the line, Kenya has fallen short and has been struggling to meet this demand.
India, majority of the population, they are vegetarians. So the other source of proteins for them, apart from beef, is pulses. So there's a stable demand of pulses throughout the year. And the prices are very competitive. So what we only need to do in Kenya, we need to really develop capacities of our farmers to at least know or grow what has a good demand and what will fetch good price per unit kilos that he or she has planted.
Now the East African Grain Council has stepped in to try and sensitize farmers by developing the knowledge base of the pulses industry varieties and types, comparative advantage of the pulses, like regional competitiveness, the calendar of different pulses globally, price fluctuation and movement, market standards, quality and the market outlook.
There's a lot of potential for Kenya and production of pulses in the region and in Kenya specifically, which has not been tapped over a long time.
In its second EAGC Pulse Trade Fair that was held at the Kaguru Agricultural Trading Center in Meru, EAGC, in partnership with the Ministry of Agriculture, Livestock and Fisheries, educated farmers on how to grow the pulses and what kind of pulses suit their ecological zones.
We need to teach our farmers on the best seed varieties, certified seed, land preparation, when to plant, how to plant, soil analysis, and where to sell.
Pulses have emerged to be an interesting subsector in the grain value chain. For the last few years, the demand for pulses in the international market has increased, prompting a lot of research on pulses with respect to production varieties and equipment, value addition, processing, packaging, post-harvest handling processes, and other technologies.
It's a process to be able to develop, and that's why we're creating we've created the market. The market is available. The 4 million metric tons are still, they're still on demand. They still stand at the market for market potential for pulses.
Now the East African Grain Council insists that Kenya has a huge potential for pulses, and working closely with farmers will help build the capacity for growing the crop and linking them with both the local and the export markets. Currently, a 90-kilogram bag of pulses is going for over 5,000 shillings in the country amid a biting shortage. Philip Keitany for The Next Frontier.